Guys, welcome to Picture Book Drama, where it is everything in entertainment. I am your host, Sean, your video and comic guru, bringing you part 3, yes, part 3 of my Digi-Book collection, because I just keep finding more of them. If you've seen part 1 and 2, you know I have a little over 50 of them in there right now. This is probably going to be about like 12 of them, so a very quick video. I'm going to try and get through them quickly, so I don't take up a lot of your time. At the end of it, I will go through more detail about what it is Picture Book Drama is hoping to do in the future. So we're going to start off with Digi-Book number 1. This one is Mr. Smith. Let me see if I can. Alright, that's kind of. No. Lights. I'm blind now. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. This is just a great movie. This is Frank Capra at his best. This is Jimmy Stewart at his best. People always say It's a Wonderful Life is his greatest. No, it's not. That shows you what he's good. He's better in this. This movie is amazing. This is a fully restored 4K version as well, so a great movie. Great 75th anniversary edition as well, so loving this one. That is Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Next we have Marlon Brando in one of his greatest movies, and that is A Streetcar Named Desire. This movie is money. Vivian Lee, so gorgeous. I love this movie. It's like it's not for like the younger crowd. I've tried watching this with my nephews and kids. They can't do it. You know, first of all, they see a movie in black and white, they run. But this is a movie that is not really for their temperament. They have a very short attention span. They're not going to sit through a movie like this. But it's for us, true movie fans, you're going to love this movie. So, Streetcar Named Desire. This next one, I did not even realize they did it in a Digi-Book, so I just happened to see it, which is how a lot of things are. This is How the West Was Won. This is a long movie. Long, but it's so good. So many stars are in this. I mean, just to name a few, you got, let's see, Henry Ford, Carl Malden, Gregory Peck, George Peppard, Robert Preston, Debbie Reynolds, Jimmy Stewart, Eli Walsh, John Wayne the Duke himself, Richard Womack, Spencer Tracy narrates it. I mean, come on, this is huge. This movie has so many people in it, and yeah, it's a fictionalized version of the West in its way, but it's still such a great movie. Unfortunately, we don't get represented that much in it at all, really, but we were a part of it. We were there, trust me, but this is such a great movie, though. I do still love it. I watch it probably like, I would say once a year, just because it is a very long movie. This is a 2-disc collection. This is amazing. Great restoration on here. And it was directed by, let me see, come on. Oh, actually we had 3 different directors. So Henry Hathaway, John Ford, and George Marshall. It took 3 people to make this movie. And it shows, but in a good way. Very good movie. Next we have the original, or I should say, I don't know if this is the original. I think there's one before this. No, this is the original, because you'll see why. A Star is Born. Now, this one is Judy Garland. Now, you mentioned Judy Garland, you're going to think Wizard of Oz, which I don't have. I thought I had a copy of The Wizard of Oz, but I don't. At least not in a Digi-Book. I probably have it in just a regular DVD. But this movie is fantastic, and James Mason is great, but is really Judy Garland. Now, you did have another one with Barbara Streisand, and then you had the more recent one that had Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. But this is what started it. So, as A Star is Born, the back, really not much on the back of it, so I keep the card on, or the paper on there, but A Star is Born. So good. So good! Who directed this? Oh my god. George Cukor? C-U-K-O-R? I know I mispronounced it. I know I did. I'm horrible at names, but great movie. Digi-Book's really good too, but one problem with Digi-Books is when you open them up, you can crack the spine and just destroy them. So I tend not to do that a lot. Now this one is a movie, I just bought it because it was a Digi-Book. I've only seen the movie twice. And I honestly cannot tell you how good it is because it's been a few years since I've seen it. I haven't watched it since I bought the Digi-Book. I won't lie to you. But this is The Man Who Would Be King with Sean Connery, Michael Caine, and Christopher Plummer. Synopsis is on this one based on Rudyard Kipling's story and packed with spectacular humor, excitement, and bold twists of fate. John Huston's film of The Man Who Would Be King earns its crown as an epic like no other, one of the screen's greatest adventure yarns. Sean Connery and Michael Caine, chins out, shoulders squared, and with a sly wink, stars as British sergeants Danny Dravant and Peachy. I can't pronounce the last name, but his first name's Peachy. The empire was built by men like these two. Now they're out to build their own empire, venturing into remote Kafiristan. They're basically going into the desert to become rich as kings. So it's a weird one. This one, I honestly can't tell you how good it was, but it was a digi, and just like a steelbook, no Digi-Book gets left behind. So that is The Man Who Will Be King. Next one is one of the greatest movies ever made, probably in the top 50 greatest films ever made. This is the 40th anniversary special edition. This is Stanley Kubrick's Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Love that title. That is so cool. I mean, you got Peter Sellers, you got George C. Scott, Slim Pickens is in here, Sterling Hayden, Tracy Reed. I mean, so many great stars in here, but it's really Peter Sellers. I think he plays 3 characters in here, and they are all hilarious. So I think this is like one of Stanley Kubrick's only real like ventures into comedy. A lot of his other stuff tends to be really weird or more on the cerebral level, horror, not horror, but definitely like A Clockwork Orange. That could fit into a horror film, that could fit into a psychological drama, that could fit into a drama. I mean, it fits into so many different niches, but this is more like your war film, this is your comedy. It has some little dramatic pieces in it, but it's really just a hilarious film. Loving this film. So that's the back of it, and this is Dr. Strangelove, or How I Love to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. I love it. Next up, we have a film with Robert De Niro. Oh my God. I don't know why I'm saying. Oh, because I watched Taxi Driver a couple days ago. I know why I got him on my brain. Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman in All the President's Men. This is such a great movie, but again, money. This lets you really know how politics and the newspaper and everything worked in that time in the 70s, and how a lot of things were just held back for, our government was really sketchy. They really were. There's the back of it. Directed by Alan Pakula. Just great. I mean, you got Hal Holbrook also in here, Jason Robards, Jack Warden. Great movie. Just really great. Probably one of Dustin Hoffman's greatest films. Robert Redford can do no wrong in my eyes. I have not seen a movie that he's done that I didn't like. Dustin Hoffman, unfortunately, did Ishtar, so he's got that on his record. But this is All the President's Men. Next up is a movie that I think should be shown in schools to kids. When I was a kid in junior high, I saw Roots for the first time. Now, we talked about slavery and how bad it was, bad. And you saw what this is, Tuskegee Airman. This one is great. I'll get into more detail on this in a second. But with Roots, it was such a change in my life because it was thrown in your face just how horrible it was. That you don't hate, a race because of what ancestors have done. Everybody had their own opinion on slavery and how it should be done. Some people were raised in it. They didn't see a problem with it. Other people saw that, African Americans were treated just horribly. So that's my little thing on that. But Tuskegee Airmen should be shown in schools as well to show that we had a place of prominence in the war. That we had skills that were utilized. We weren't just out there digging trenches. We weren't just cannon fodder. We were out there making a difference. This movie has so many stars. But you got Lawrence Fishburne is the guy. He's the main dude in here. Loving this film. Malcolm Jamal Warner, if you guys have seen The Cosby Show, he's in here. So many great stars. Definitely check this film out. The back of it, and I love World War II or World War One films. Those for some reason are my favorites. Vietnam War, yeah, I mean you got Platoon and some really great movies. I can't remember the one I had the drill sergeant in just uh, Hamburger Hill. Love that film too. You know, Saving Private Ryan, great film, but this is definitely up there in their category. So, Tuskegee Airman. All right, guys. Next up, we have Clint Eastwood in one of his most iconic roles ever. No, this is not a Western, and most of you already figured out what it is. It is Dirty Harry, the first Dirty Harry movie. This is so great. This came out in 1971. Wow, 1 year before I was born. So I'm old as hell. But this is so cool. I love this. I mean, the back of it, the iconic, Smith and Wesson. It was a Smith and Wesson, right? If I'm wrong, let me know. But this was so great. This also had who was it? Don Siegel is the one that directed and produced it. John Vernon was the mayor. A lot of these names you probably wouldn't recognize, but it was just such a great film. And one thing I liked about movies in the 70s and the early 80s was that you saw New York and San Francisco and all these other areas in the most dirtiest way possible. They were so real. Dirt was on the street. It was like New York looked like a slum. In the 70s and early 80s, New York was shit. San Francisco looked a lot better. Just such a great film. I really have to watch this film again. I haven't watched this for years. I saw the Digi-Book and just had to jump on it, but that is Clint Eastwood in Dirty Harry. 3 more left. Now, this is one I talked about, I believe, in either part 1 or part 2 of my Digi-Book collection, and because I showed you guys Labyrinth, and I think it was in part 2. This is the movie I was trying to remember, and that is The Dark Crystal. This is Jim Henson and Frank Oz at their best. I mean, this film was like, and I don't know if you can see it, that might be better. This is such a great film. It's so original. And Jim Henson was known for being like a really hard taskmaster, kind of like James Cameron, really wanted perfection out of everybody. But man, it worked. And Frank Oz is just so great. Frank Oz is a great actor too, but he works really well when he works with Jim Henson. So you do have this. Here's the back of it. Now they are doing a sequel to this. I don't know if that's a good thing. With Jim Henson being gone, Frank Oz being gone, do we really want to do that? We'll have to just wait and see. But this is the anniversary edition. Was this 25 years? I'm not sure. I think it's oh wow. This came out in 1982. So wow, I just feel so old doing these videos now. So this movie is about 30 years old now. 35. Wow. So old right now. But I still love this film. And this comes with a lot of great special features on how they created the puppetry, how they worked the puppetry, all the things they had to do to get it done, and just how hard it was for them. And they really, really pushed the way that we saw how movies could be made, because the characters were human-like, but they weren't human. And then they did some really bizarre characters, which made you wonder if they were doing acid. But I love this film. So that is The Dark Crystal. Second to last, I'm actually going to say this one for last just because it is my favorite. I hate people. I do. I'm going to try and keep going though, because I don't want to stop. I'm going to keep going. Next one I got is a movie that could have done better if it was, The Predator. To me, Predator 1 and Predator 2 were great. After that, not so much. So, and they tried doing a lot of comedy in it, which I don't want comedy in it. I want action, I want horror, I want more than this. So I got it because it's a part of the collection, and I love Digi-Books. I got this, I believe, at Target for a really good price, but the book looks cool, but it's deceiving. 2/3 of this is just filler. It's really nothing. It's not really the book. I'm not sure you can see it. Digi-Book is just as disappointing as the movie. But I do love it. So that is The Predator. Then the final one, Batman. The 1989 masterpiece. Can you see it? Hold on, people. Let's make sure you can see this. So cool. I don't know. Can you see it? Can you see it? So cool. I mean, you got Michael Keaton, you got Jack Nicholson, Tim Burton. So great. Loving this. And this actually comes with the soundtrack too. So the soundtrack is actually right here. It's actually right behind it. So you actually get a lot with this. But the problem with the Digi-Book is 2/3 of it is actually a comic book, which is the comic book adaptation of the movie done by Jerry Ordway. So you can actually buy the comic book and you have 2/3 of this. The first third of it is like the script, and it's not even a full script, so a little irritating on that. But this has all the same features that the special editions all have. So you get like On the Set with Bob Kane, you get parts 1 through 3 of the cinematic saga The Dark Knight, Beyond Batman, a documentary gallery and featurettes, 3 videos from Prince. A lot of stuff comes in this on the disc, so I'm really happy with this. And even though it's not a 4K, I don't have a 4K player right now, so it don't matter. I will eventually get one, and I gotta get a 4K TV too, so. But love this, because you guys know I'm a big comic book fan. I love my Batman. Speaking of Batman, I did receive something in the mail today that I was not expecting. I forgot I had ordered this a couple of months ago. It just came in from GameStop, and yes, I know GameStop sucks, but they do have some good things, even though as a member you get nothing anymore. But hold on. So, blah, blah, blah. I told you guys over and over again, I am not a video game guy. But I do play certain ones. I love my superhero stuff. I'll play Marvel Alliance or Ultimate Alliance and Future or Final Fight, Future Fight, whatever it is. But I really love Injustice. I played Injustice Gods Among Us 1 and 2. This is a GameStop exclusive. I don't know how well you'll see this. This is Batman. I said I was going to stop collecting for a while, but this was something I had ordered a while ago, so this doesn't count. This is like 2 months. 2 months? I can't talk. 2 months ago I ordered this, so this is really cool. But I love the fact that it is, because it is a GameStop exclusive, it's Velcroed and it opens up, so you get to see an image from him from the game, and you get a nice window pane of the statue itself. But if you've been following me, you know I always show myself like this anyway, because the glare, you can't see through the packaging sometimes. So this way you get to see what the statue looks like. And it's a lot smaller than I thought. I forgot he was crouched down. So this is cool. I now have Batman the Dark Knight, and I have the Injustice one. There is going to be a regular Batman statue coming out soon. I'll definitely be getting that. I will be picking up my Diamond Selects in a couple more months. I just want to stop so I can focus on my movies. And I need to save money. But that is it. This was like $49.99. So basically $50. So hopefully you guys are seeing this. If not, I'm sorry. I'll definitely have a picture of it up anyway. But I will be doing a review on this and Batman Dark Knight. So keep an eye out for that. But that's it, guys. That's the video. That is part 3 of my Digi-Book collection, and a surprise. That's going to do it. But as I said, I wanted to let you know where Picture Book Drama is going in the future. I am trying to create a media library. I did a separate video just to explain that to you guys, which probably came out just before this one for all I know. Or maybe it's out a long time ago. I don't know. But I wanted to make sure that you guys were aware that this is a non-profit thing that I'm doing. I'm not asking for money. I'm just asking for used movies that you guys no longer want. You know, if it's a DVD, Blu-ray, Laserdisc, I don't care, VHS, send those to me. I want to try and build up as much of a library as I can, so within the next 5 years I can open up a small museum that shows the progression of technology through cinema. But that's going to do it. Oh, I guess I should say, if you do have any donations that you want to send, you can send them here, and it'll also be in the description below. So that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Remember, here at Picture Book Drama, it is everything in entertainment. I am your host, Sean, your video and comic guru. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button so people know it's a good video. Leave a comment down there to let me know what you guys think. And don't forget, I'm on all these social media sites right here. Facebook is probably the best place to hit me up at. I'm on a lot of different groups on there. The Still Book Club, the Syndicate, the Nerd Bar, Pence Pack. So many of them on there. So you can hit me up in a lot of different ways. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great afternoon or morning, whenever you're watching this. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.